Welcome, and thank you for listening to Conversations for College Success. The topic today is, what is the purpose of references? Does your reputation matter? References listed versus references called. Let's start with definitions. Definition from Merriam-Webster.com of references: a person to whom inquiries as to the character or ability can be made. A statement of the qualifications of a person seeking employment or appointment given by someone familiar with the person. Oxford Learner's Dictionaries: a letter written by someone who knows you, giving information about your character and abilities, especially to a new employer. We'll need references including from your current employer. American Heritage Dictionary: a person who recommends another or who can vouch for another's fitness or qualifications for a job. A statement about a person's qualifications, character, and dependability. What is the purpose of references after an interview? The purpose of references is to find at least 3 people who agree that you have or possess the skills and abilities that you said you had in the interview. Now let's briefly discuss your resume. Your resume is your marketing document where you share your skills, abilities, and that you possess, and how you would be a great fit with a specific organization's opportunity. Your references are not a part of your marketing document. Therefore, do not include, list, or add your references to your resume unless specifically required to complete your application. Instead, you should state at the end of your resume, references available upon request. Again, state at the end of your resume, on the last page, references available upon request. Why, you ask? The reason is that with your references included with your resume, organizations can call your references before even or ever interviewing you. And you do not want employers calling your references before they interview you. Also, you do not want your references receiving calls without your knowledge. In addition, out of courtesy, you should inform your references that they could be receiving a call or an email regarding a reference for you. Make sure to include the name of the organization and the name of the contact at the organization that will be following up with your references. Does your reputation matter? Definition of reputation: overall quality or character as seen or judged by people in general. Recognition by other people of some characteristics or abilities. Your good name. Therefore, yes, your reputation and your good name matters. Again, your reputation and your good name matters. References listed versus references called. Generally speaking, you should have a minimum of 3 references that you can share with any potential new employer. I happen to think having 5 references that you can choose from to use as references is better. However, though you have 5, only list 3 references when asked for references. If you do not currently have 3 to 5 references to select from, then start thinking about additional potential candidates. References cannot be relatives. Therefore, no parents, aunts, uncles, cousins, or personal friends. They can be current or previous managers, previous associates, previous colleagues, professors, and or volunteer colleagues that you have worked with for a minimum of 1 year, and they are willing to share their experience working with you regarding your work ethic, communication skills, temperament, technical, and other skills. All positive, of course. And also make sure you ask someone to be a reference before you put them down. People need to agree to be a reference for you. References shared versus references called. You also need to be aware that people who check your references do not always have to call the references that you list. If you happen to work, volunteer, or belong to an organization where they have their own contacts, they will more than likely call their contacts within the organization to get the real details and information about you because they trust their contacts' evaluation of you. Therefore, at any organization that you work for, make sure that you have more colleagues and or associates there that think positively of you and can speak to your positive attitude, excellent customer service skills, work ethic, and willingness to go the extra mile than negative colleagues. Also be careful not to talk negatively about your colleagues so you will not be seen as a problem or possible difficult employees. I am sure if this has not happened to you, you do not believe it. Believe it, because it not only happened to me, it has happened to several of my friends. You do not want references that you did not submit, but the recruiter or hiring manager knows to keep you from receiving the offer. In my experience, although I gave professional references, they actually contacted someone that I had been volunteering with. Clearly, there weren't any issues because I got the interview. I don't think I got the job, but I really don't remember. I just remember being surprised, and they shared with me who they called to ask about me. That's how I know it happens. And as I mentioned, it has happened to others. Hope this podcast has been very eye-opening for you and helps you on your journey to success. If you have any questions regarding this podcast or any previous podcast, send your questions to conversationsforcollegesuccess@hotmail.com. Again, send questions regarding this podcast or any other podcast to conversationsforcollegesuccess@hotmail.com. Thank you to my subscribers and new listeners who I hope will become subscribers. Have a great day.